Oh wait, let's do this. Good morning, friends. I am Darling Denver, and today I am going to be reviewing The Green Mile by Stephen King. I just finished it yesterday. I spent all day reading it. I just could not get very into it, and finally yesterday I was like, I have no plans. I am behind on my 50 book challenge, and so I was just kind of decided I'm either going to force myself to read it for an hour, and if I'm not into it by then, I'm just going to move on, because I really don't like to finish books if I just can't get into them. It's kind of agonizing. Finally I got into it and couldn't put it down. Obviously I read it for 7 hours. I finished it last night. I think I cried for like the last 100 pages. Like, if you've seen the movie, I don't have any idea if this is close to the movie or not. I saw the movie in 1999 when it came out. I don't remember anything from it. I was 8. I was a child. So, brief synopsis about this book. It is about Paul Edgecombe, who is the head honcho kind of guy in E Block, which is the death row inmates. It's set in 1932. You see a few inmates before you meet John Coffey, like the drink but spelled different. And you slowly start to learn that there is something special about John Coffey. And the whole story is about Paul and John and the strange friendship that they kind of have. And you also learn about Delacroix, which is another inmate at the time. I think one thing that King does especially well is makes you feel sympathetic towards a character you should not really feel sympathetic towards. He also is really good about writing a character that you hate. And I am talking, personally for me, I am talking Dolores Umbridge hate. There was a character in this book I hated so deeply. It was exhausting to me. One of the main problems with the book, I would say, is it does get pretty repetitive. It was released in 6 parts, and so the beginning of each part is sort of just a, this happened previously. It's sort of like when you're watching Netflix for 3 hours, and it keeps saying, previously on Friends, and you're thinking, nah, I've been watching this for 3 hours, I don't need a recap. It's sort of like that, like you've been reading it, and then you get to a new section, and that kind of annoyed me a lot. Other than that though, I think that might be the only downfall of the book. He also repeats a lot of similes and metaphors, and I get kind of annoyed when they repeat the same metaphor. Like they were talking about John Coffey's eyes, and I think he described it 3 times as blood seeping out of an unhealed wound, which is nice the first time, but it just kind of got too repetitive. A lot of it was repetitive, which sounds like a pretty negative review. But I enjoyed it, and I think that most people would enjoy it. Like I said, did a great job at creating a character you hate and also a character that you sympathize for, even though you should hate them. It keeps the pages turning. There is a lot that happens in the book, so you do get several stories. There's also one big climax. And also, I will say it has one of the best final lines or series of lines in a book I've ever read. In any book I've ever read. I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying it is one of the best. I read those last few lines and I was like, basically like that. I would recommend this book. I would recommend it 8 out of 10. The repetitive thing really bothered me. Other than that, it's an incredible story. You really do get invested in the characters. Every single character is different, and you can write dialogue and you don't have to check who's saying it, because you already know, like, oh, Brutal is the one saying this. He's the one that would say something like this. That's character in this book, Brutal, who I love. So one of my favorite quotes from the book is actually the ending of the book, but I don't want to read the last line as my favorite quote, especially because out of context I don't think it would be as powerful, so I won't give that away. But this is one of my favorite quotes. Time takes it all, whether you want it to or not. Time takes it all, time bears it away, and in the end there's only darkness. Sometimes we find others in that darkness, and sometimes we lose them there again. Also, this is why I'm not a beauty YouTuber, is because I did the green eyeshadow and for the Green Mile, which, like, yeah, cute themed makeup, what a good idea. This is why I'm not a beauty YouTuber, and my friend Katie's the beauty YouTuber, because she would do it all cute and everything. I'm just like, green. So I also did the jean jackets and the bandana to represent my time on E-Block. Modernized time on E-Block. Yeah, I'm down with it. Oh, that'd be so cute if I did like themes for every book I read. If I like dressed up in a certain way for every book I read. That's a thing I'm gonna do! This is a moment for me. Thank you for watching. I plan on doing another video this week, so I will see you when I see you. I'm Benji!